A. Admit, appreciate, beat, familiar, female, male, precious, solve, have something in common with somebody, out of the blue, so far, to some extent, to a certain extent. B. Admit, admitted, admitted, to admit something, to admit doing something, to admit that. I admit I'm having a hard time now. I can't sing at all, Andrew admitted. We should admit our mistake. Rose admits lying to us. Appreciate, to appreciate something, to appreciate the difficulty, to appreciate that, to fully appreciate. She feels that her family doesn't really appreciate her. I don't think he fully appreciates the difficulty of the problem. Beat, beat, beaten. To beat the record. To beat the drum. England needed to beat Scotland to get to the final. The shock made my heart beat faster. Familiar. A familiar face. A familiar voice. To be familiar to somebody. To be familiar with something or somebody. This book is familiar to many readers. Familiarity. You should show your familiarity with these historic events. Students should demonstrate a familiarity with the main laws of nature. Familiarity is friendly behavior to someone you do not know very well, especially when it makes them feel that you do not respect them. Female. A female person. A female animal. They only have female workers. Male. A male person. A male animal. Until recently the sport has been a male activity. And where are your male colleagues, lady? Precious. A precious ring. A precious painting. Precious memories. Her daughter is the most precious thing in the world to her. Preciousness. Preciousness of time. Preciousness of a human life. He could speak for hours about the preciousness of the moment. Solve. To solve a crossword. Solve a puzzle. To solve a crisis. To solve a mystery. To solve a crime. He hopes to solve the mystery of their disappearance. Have something, much, nothing in common. I have nothing in common with my cousin. We are absolutely different. This area has a lot in common with other inner-city areas. Out of the blue. Out of the blue, she said, "You are Greg, aren't you?" Philip arrived absolutely out of the blue. So far. I don't have any information so far. He hasn't explained anything so far. To some extent. To a certain extent. I knew I was to blame to some extent. To a certain extent, I believed the story.